Okay, let's take a look at the Fabric interface. You have that, as you can see, I typed in the app.fabric.microsoft.com. Right, this is the URL. So I click on here, and I'm entering this Fabric interface. Now your experience may vary because I already logged in, so you may be experiencing a question asking you to log in. But once you log in, this is supposed to what you are what you are supposed to see, and as you can see, similar to what we just discussed, we have a Power BI, Data Factory, Data Activator, real-time analysis, then synapse, right? So this is what Fabric offers. Let's start with Data Factory. So here, what you are going to see is to the left, you have a series of menu items. Here, if you click on the workspace, this shows you all the workspaces you have, and you will be working with the DS684 plus your current semester. This will be the workspace that you will be working on. Then once you click on this, you will be switched, as you can see, you will be switched to this workspace. And I already create a folder here, but the most important thing to begin with is to create what they call a lakehouse, which is what you use for data storage. Lakehouse is where you store your designated data lake. You will create a lakehouse. Let's say we call it demo, in class demo. As it get created, this is the lakehouse. I'm arriving in this lakehouse interface, and you can see that I have tables, files. I can directly load files. I can define tables. Tables are still tables are actually still data lake files. The difference is here the implementation detail is hidden from you. Microsoft is taking care of creating and managing those files, whereas here the files is your own file. So that's what when we say your Microsoft Fabric is different from Azure Databricks. In Databricks, you can still go into the location and see the files and maybe making your own manipulation. Microsoft is trying very hard to hide the details of its managed tables away from you so that it will just utilizing the one lake as a storage. Only it can use, not you. So now let's load up. I can create the shortcuts, I can create the subfolder, but let me just quickly upload one file. And so this, oops, I think I accidentally uploaded the MP4. Retail data. Okay, so I'm loading this up. This is a huge retail data set that I'm planning to utilize for my data engineering, for one of my data engineering process. But basically, it's loading 76 megabyte, loading, and it is done. So now I have this file. I opened it up. You can see I need to refresh it. If you don't see that, you refresh that, and you see this retail.csv. If I click here, you can preview the data, what data exists here, right? Transaction ID, customer ID, etc., etc. All those information that you will be utilizing. And now, but this is just a file. You can use Python. If you, we can talk about this later, but these files, you can use your Python to access those files. You can also define these files as SQL, as tables, and use SQL to access them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new shortcut. Actually, I think the easier way is to click here, load to tables, and I'm going to call retail data, right? So now it's loading to this table, and once it's loaded, you will see it's a relational table. So Okay, so it's loading, but if I click here, loading preview, takes a little bit, but now you can see it's a table formatted relational data set. This is how you define a data sets inside the Fabric. You have the Fabric interface. You can go to Power BI, which is visualization. We will going to cover this later in another session. Then you have data factory, and this is data engineering part, and other things among others. And introduce some tools from Synapse.